Good evening. Welcome to Washington. I'm Brett Baer. This is hour number 2 of our expanded special report all this week. China and the U.S. are double-teaming North Korea tonight, hitting Kim Jong-un in the wallet over his continued nuclear defiance. While President Trump is widening sanctions, North Korea's banker, China, is buckling to U.S. pressure and curtailing its services to Kim's government. Chief White House correspondent John Roberts starts us off this hour. Good evening, John.
Brett, good evening. The president has been looking for a sea change in the world's approach to North Korea, which is why he described in such stark terms the consequences of letting Kim Jong-un's nuclear program go unchecked. Today, it appeared the president was getting the cooperation he'd been pushing for.
North Korea's nuclear weapons and missile development is a grave threat to peace and security in our world.
With the stroke of his executive pen, President Trump today gave his Treasury Department sweeping new powers to put a chokehold on North Korea's economy.
Today I'm announcing a new executive order I just signed that significantly expands our authorities to target individuals, companies, financial institutions that finance and facilitate trade with North Korea.
The president made the announcement at a trilateral working lunch with the leaders of South Korea and Japan. The action significantly broadens the administration's ability to dry up the flow of money, technology, goods, and services into North Korea.
For too long, North Korea has evaded sanctions and used the international financial system to facilitate funding for its weapons and mass destruction and ballistic missile programs.
And after weeks of cajoling, President Trump announced China has finally stepped up to the plate. China's central bank ordering all Chinese banks to stop doing business with North Korea.
I want to just thank President Xi of China for the very bold move he made today. That was a somewhat unexpected move, and we appreciate it.
The president's strategy this week has been to build international support against Kim Jong-un's regime. Today, the European Union announced it would soon implement new sanctions against 8 North Korean individuals. On a less serious note, President Trump joked when Moon Jae-in's translator used the word deplorable to describe North Korea's actions.
I promise I did not tell them to use that word. That's been a very lucky word for me and many millions of people.
But for all the solidarity between the U.S., Japan, and South Korea against the North, President Trump still has a burr under his saddle on one issue, trade, tweaking Moon over the U.S.-Korea Free Trade Pact.
Because of the fact that our trade deal is so bad for the United States and so good for South Korea, said we'll focus on the military, but actually we're going to try and straighten out the trade deal, make it fair for everybody.
In total, the president met with 5 leaders today, also including the presidents of Afghanistan, Ukraine, and Turkey's authoritarian Recep Erdogan, whom President Trump described as a good friend.
We have a great friendship. As countries, I think we're right now as close as we have ever been. And a lot of that has to do with the personal relationships.
The president has sought to diffuse growing tensions between the U.S. and Turkey over America's support for Kurdish rebels in Syria and a Washington brawl where Erdogan's security detail attacked protesters outside the Turkish embassy. General Assembly behind him. The next thing on the president's plate is his travel ban. A Supreme Court declared 90-day review period expires on Sunday, which means in the next couple of days, the president has to decide whether to make changes to his travel ban, leave it the same and fight it out in court, or ask for a delay while he thinks on it a little more. Brett?
Obviously, the Iran nuclear deal decision lies ahead as well. John Roberts, live in New York. John, thanks.